Imagine walking along the beach and spotting a creature as large as a whale but with the appearance of a dinosaur. What if Mosasaurus were still alive today? Diving into the depths of the late Cretaceous period, the Mosasaurus ruled the ancient oceans. Not quite a dinosaur but a colossal marine reptile. Its existence spanned from about 82 to 66 million years ago. Picture a formidable predator, stretching up to 50 feet long, equivalent to a modern-day school bus. Its body, streamlined for powerful swimming, bore massive jaws armed with sharp teeth, capable of devouring anything from fish to other marine reptiles. These giants thrived in a marine environment that was vastly different from today's seas. Their world was a tumultuous prehistoric ocean filled with creatures that are now long extinct. The Mosasaurus, with its fearsome appearance and apex predator status, dominated these ancient waters, instilling awe and terror in equal measure. This aquatic behemoth's survival could have reshaped our seas. Let's dive into this ancient world revived. Before we explore our modern oceans, let's get acquainted with the Mosasaurus. Imagine a colossal sea monster stretching up to 50 feet long, cruising through the late Cretaceous seas. The Mosasaurus was not a dinosaur but a formidable marine reptile with a robust, elongated body and a powerful tail that propelled it through water with surprising agility. Its head was large, topped with a set of jaws that could open wide enough to swallow an adult human whole, lined with rows of sharp, conical teeth perfect for gripping slippery prey. This terrifying predator primarily feasted on fish, sharks, and even other marine reptiles. Hunting mostly by ambush, the Mosasaurus utilized its coloration to blend into the deep, dark waters, making it nearly invisible to the unsuspecting prey that swam above. Positioned at the apex of its food chain, the Mosasaurus had little to fear except for other mosasaurs. This dominance in the marine ecosystem tells us about the balance of marine life in its era. Now that you've met this prehistoric predator, imagine it swimming in today's oceans. With Mosasaurus in contemporary seas, the marine food chain would witness a dramatic transformation. Imagine these colossal beasts, once rulers of the Cretaceous seas, thrust into today's oceanic world. The presence of such titanic predators would certainly stir up the waters in more ways than one. Firstly, let's consider the existing apex predators of our oceans: the great white shark and the orca or killer whale. These species, at the top of their food chains, currently face few threats from other marine creatures. However, introducing a predator like Mosasaurus, which could grow up to 50 feet long and weigh as much as 15 tons, would disrupt this balance. It's plausible to think that great whites and orcas might find themselves competing for food resources or even becoming prey themselves. Mosasaurus, with its powerful jaws and robust body, would likely dominate in conflicts over territory and food. Moreover, the impact on large marine mammals such as seals, sea lions, and even whales could be profound. These animals, often prey for great whites and orcas, might face increased pressure if Mosasaurus enters the fray. The hunting strategies of Mosasaurus, potentially more aggressive and capable of taking down significantly larger prey, could lead to a decrease in the populations of these marine mammals. Fish populations would also feel the effects. Schools of large fish, which form a significant part of the diet for many marine predators, might dwindle more rapidly, altering the availability of this resource for other species. This shift could lead to a cascading effect down the food chain, affecting even the smallest marine organisms. The ecological balance of our oceans would be under threat with the introduction of such a formidable predator. The existing marine species have evolved without the presence of Mosasaurus for millions of years. Their sudden reappearance could lead to drastic shifts in marine biodiversity, potentially causing the extinction of some species and the emergence of others. The ripple effects extend beyond just who eats whom. Let's consider the broader ecological impacts. The introduction of a super predator affects more than just prey populations. Imagine the mighty Mosasaurus, once again ruling the oceans as it did millions of years ago. Its mere presence would ripple through marine ecosystems in ways we can scarcely predict. Let's start with marine vegetation. Kelp forests and seagrass beds are crucial underwater ecosystems that provide food and shelter for numerous marine species. The Mosasaurus, with its gigantic appetite, might feed on large herbivorous fish that maintain the health of these vegetations. Without these fish, kelp forests and seagrass beds could overgrow, leading to decreased biodiversity and altering the habitats of small fish and invertebrates. Moving up the food chain, consider the impact on coral reefs. These vibrant ecosystems rely on a delicate balance of fish species to keep them healthy. If Mosasaurus were to consume large quantities of key fish species, the balance would be disrupted. This could lead to an increase in algae, which competes with corals for space and light, eventually suffocating the reefs. The decline of coral reefs would be a catastrophe, not just for the myriad species that depend on them, but for coastal protection and human economies as well. Furthermore, the reintroduction of such a colossal predator would likely shift the entire oceanic nutrient cycle. Mosasaurus would consume massive amounts of marine life, and their waste products would in turn fertilize plankton blooms. These blooms could alter the levels of oxygen in the water, impacting everything from the smallest microbial life forms to the largest whales. The effects of these changes are interconnected and complex. Disruptions in one part of the ecosystem can cascade through others in unpredictable ways, potentially leading to new ecological equilibria or crises. But what about the interactions between humans and this ancient sea giant? Imagine sharing the ocean with Mosasaurus. How would this affect our use of the ocean's resources? The introduction of Mosasaurus into modern marine environments would dramatically alter several human activities, particularly in areas like the fishing industry. Currently, commercial fishing is a multi-billion-dollar industry that relies on predictable patterns and known risks. Mosasaurus, with their immense size and predatory nature, would introduce a new element of danger, potentially making fishing grounds hazardous. This could lead to a significant decrease in fish harvests due to either diminished fish populations, preyed upon by Mosasaurus, or the abandonment of fishing activities in certain areas deemed too dangerous. On the flip side, imagine the boost to tourism Mosasaurus could provide. Areas known for Mosasaurus sightings might become hotspots for marine safaris, much like how people flock to Africa for lion and elephant tours. However, this excitement would need to be tempered with stringent safety protocols. Beaches might need fortified viewing areas or even underwater observatories to ensure that the thrill of seeing a Mosasaurus doesn't end in tragedy. Yet, it's not just about fishing and tourism. The presence of these giant marine reptiles could cause conflicts in other sectors too. Consider underwater infrastructure such as cables and pipelines. These are crucial for global communications and energy supply, but could be at risk if a curious or agitated Mosasaurus were to interact with them. The cost of Mosasaurus proofing this infrastructure or repairing Mosasaurus-inflicted damages could be astronomical. Moreover, busy shipping lanes could become scenes of unexpected standoffs. Ships, especially those carrying hazardous materials, would face new navigational challenges. A collision with a Mosasaurus, aside from harming the creature, could lead to environmental disasters if a ship were to spill oil or chemicals. The presence of Mosasaurus would certainly challenge our current maritime practices. It would compel us to rethink and possibly redesign our approach to how we use and interact with the ocean, ensuring that both human and Mosasaurus activities can coexist. This new dynamic would certainly make our relationship with the oceans all the more complex and intertwined. Adapting to life with Mosasaurus would require changes at an unprecedented scale. Imagine a world where these ancient marine reptiles roam our oceans once again. The presence of such gigantic creatures would not only captivate our imaginations, but also necessitate a rapid evolution in our approach to marine life and its conservation. Governments and environmental bodies might develop robust marine protection policies aimed at safeguarding these majestic creatures while balancing the health of our oceanic ecosystems. This could include expansive marine sanctuaries where Mosasaurus could thrive without human interference. Furthermore, the scientific community could establish dedicated observation and research programs. These initiatives would likely focus on understanding Mosasaurus behavior, their dietary needs, and their migration patterns, which would be crucial for their conservation and our safety. Innovations in maritime technology would also take a leap forward. Enhanced tracking systems, reinforced marine vessels, and perhaps even Mosasaurus safe barriers could become standard, ensuring coexistence isn't just possible, but also safe. The revival of such a creature would push humanity to new frontiers of science and conservation. Bringing Mosasaurus back to life offers more than just a spectacle. It prompts a profound reevaluation of our place in the natural world. Imagine, if you will, these colossal predators once again dominating the oceans. Throughout this exploration, we've delved into how the resurgence of Mosasaurus would dramatically alter marine ecosystems. Their presence would not only challenge the top marine predators, but also potentially trigger a cascade of ecological shifts, affecting everything from plankton to great white sharks. We've also considered the inevitable human encounters, leading us to question the safety of our seas and the economic implications for industries like fishing and tourism. How would our policies adapt? What conservation efforts would be necessary to manage such mighty creatures? Reflecting on these scenarios invites a broader contemplation. It forces us to reconsider the narratives we've written about extinct animals and their roles. In the end, imagining the existence of Mosasaurus not only expands our understanding of nature, but also challenges us to think critically about our impact and responsibilities towards this blue planet.